Welcome back to Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney Trilogy, of which we are on Apollo Justice. I'm Rob, I record, I have a new mic, we have Lawrence.
I almost choked on my drink.
He's mischaracterized his drink. And we have Alex.
Hello.
Hello. Alright,
I'll be alive in a second.
we have to end the inquiry here.
Oh, okay. Cool. If you'll be here later, but you might not be voicing. Heads up.
You don't need to
That's
tell them
audience.
that.
They must know. He's the one that they come here for.
Alright.
Yeah, he's our headliner.
Oops, I bumped that. Shouldn't have bumped that.
He bumped it.
7 years ago, Drew Studio.
As opposed to draw on the studio.
I believe Alex has this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I watched
I-
that. That's nice.
Figured you'd come here sooner or later.
I decided on sooner. Drew Misham, was it?
I haven't done anything illegal.
And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions.
I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit, it made quite an impression on me.
I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations.
Phoenix Wright, was it? I'll answer what I can.
I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched. Intensely.
Honey Pepper.
This is my daughter. Vera, say hello.
No, apparently. She's gone.
Shall we begin then?
Judging from this place, you're a painter.
Not, sadly, a profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment.
Damn.
I would be able to get by were it only me.
Your daughter?
Her mother grew weary of me and left.
Damn.
I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation.
Forgeries.
Forgeries.
Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for.
But some of your works aren't paintings, correct?
You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside of painting.
What?
To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility.
What the?
Then why did you take the job?
I was well paid. Very well paid.
I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape.
Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course.
Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him.
Give him the forgery.
Mr. Misham, I was wondering if you... Oh shit, this is the wrong thing. Whoops.
I think it's Jimmy Rip page.
Yeah, whoops. 1 second. Blah, 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 blah. Right, where's the page?
Oh,
It's
so now
this
he's a
one.
sensitive artist.
Forged to look like Magnificent. There we go. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy. But that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me.
I knew it would be difficult to escape this.
And then let's talk. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did?
It was unlike anything I had attempted before.
I guess it would be a little different from paintings.
That is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy.
This wasn't a copy?
The client gave me 2 things that day. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client.
So you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote?
Yes, as I said, it was my first job of that nature.
Stop. Who was your client?
As I said in court, I do not know.
Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester.
I never met them. Not personally,
And of course he's lying, because of course he is.
Ah, a Cyclock, of course. It seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work.
Don't
throw up. Calm down.
Yes.
Oh, 9. You're hiding something, bitch.
Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Mission?
I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client.
True, when I asked the client's name, there were no Cyclocks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense.
Why are you doing this to me?
Well, I've made my stand. No backing down now. So, what's Mission hiding? The forger. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you said.
What is it, then?
You told me what you knew about the client, and I couldn't see any Cyclocks.
Psycho-locks? Is that some sort of asylum security?
Hey, that's my tug!
Or a new hairstyle, perhaps?
I don't know if I did that joke right then.
But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client?
As I said in court,
And
I
2
do
seconds
not
ago?
know. I
Really?
literally don't know.
Even for such a suspicious request. If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester, and as much about this scene as possible, given we played it 2 seconds after just saying it.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid to tell you, I need to go throw up, I swear!
I never met them. I said this already.
Well, that's why
Not
I
personally.
told you.
Not
You repeat.
personally. Those words triggered the Cyclock.
Again with the psycho-locks. Now I really must know what they are.
So you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence?
Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me.
Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about Cyclocks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there.
And your conclusion is...
The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Misham.
Poppycock!
He's British?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made it here in my studio. Who else could have been but me?
That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at Drew Studio is... The real forger is your daughter, Vera Mission, isn't it?
Ridiculous. My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism.
Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only 2 people with access to this studio are you and your daughter. The Cyclocks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility.
Ahem. I feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself.
It's like, dude, what the fuck are you on? Right, do you need me to call a fucking medical clinic?
I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12. A genius, you might call her.
A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently.
I let her play in the studio and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now.
Ah, do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So, Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then?
Actually, the client came once. Here, to this studio.
What? Why didn't you say so sooner?
But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me.
So they talked to your daughter.
I will speak only with the artist, the client told me.
And that little girl is the key to our mystery client's true identity. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more, or is it time to turn my attention to Vera?
There, I guess. What else do you do? I guess you would talk about it.
Save it for later, one sec. Suppose there's no sense in rushing things. Let's see if there's any more to get out of Daddy first.
Get out Daddy first.
Daddy.
Daddy. I mean, do you know what you need to get out of them?
I need to examine this. Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look.
It's Seidel, isn't it?
Or is it Seidel?
Yeah, nice, man. Stamp.
That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp?
Please don't touch that. I'll get in trouble.
Huh?
That stamp belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it.
The Gramarye.
That's Zack and Valant, the Gramarys, isn't it?
The post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Gramarys were at the height of their popularity.
Not anymore. Now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth.
I was good now, Featrite.
Vera went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She watched them every time they came on TV. Until the end.
I see.
That stamp's quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it.
To Vera.
Mr. Bishop, I have a request.
Let me guess. You'd like to speak with my daughter.
Can I?
No, stamps.
My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so actually. With only one exception.
Which was?
Oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort.
Please, let me speak with her.
Alright, as long as you don't use this one phrase. What's
phrase?
your star sign?
Oh no!
Uh-oh, this could be tough. And then there's this. My stamp. Hey, she spoke! She can talk! Yeah, so this stamp. How can I keep her talking? How can I keep her talking? How can I keep her talking?
Great magicians, aren't they?
Yeah. Isn't Trip Gramarye amazing? Yes? Oh. I especially like those two, Zack and Valant. I mean, they're, just so magical.
Magical.
Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know?
Me too, I love them, they're so cool. It's like magic, yeah.
Alright, she's talking, not saying much, but it's a start.
I went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Gremory Museum of Magic.
The Gremory Museum, they have one of those? I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows?
Just once, when I was little, with Father. The Gremories on stage, it was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together, they do it all.
Yeah, maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Balant, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind.
I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
Well, true, but there are lots of good people, too.
Actually, I should tell you. She was almost kidnapped once.
Kidnapped?
Since then, she's been... well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house.
I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Gremories Museum. With you, in fact.
Ah, yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
That person gave me a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
For when I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Father, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job, and you talked with them. What's this about a good luck charm you received?
I can't talk about it.
Huh?
If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but I really have to know.
Why you really can't hear? Oh, shit. Psych unlocking.
Yeah.
You alright?
Yep.
Okay.
So, your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things.
I really like painting, a lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
Whoops.
So, you, did this too?
Oh, yes, that was my first job.
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. The pen slips on the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer.
She seems happy. Odd, her work was the last nail in the Gremory coffin. I guess no one told her.
They're the best in the world.
Huh? Oh, you mean True Gremory? Of course!
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
I guess I just took it, yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean that letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the Gremories forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on our good side. Alright, now we can do this.
Alright, time to break the locks of the child.
Reveal the truth, you child.
The client.
Stop lying, child.
Stop lying.
You seem to trust this client. Quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp.
No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem.
The problem that keeps her inside all the time.
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm.
She's enabling.
That your client gave you. I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm?
That's not fun. Enabling.
This was what they gave you, wasn't it?
What's funny is we got this from the future.
Yeah, we got it from the future.
Think Christos through?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
The same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once. Cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one.
Me too, Phoenix.
I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client?
It was Christo.
This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised not to tell.
Well, it's already obvious, Lanham. You're done.
Christoph's given a lot of, like, guy with the white van on the street.
Yeah,
damn,
Christoph is
man.
fucking creepy.
I'm sorry, I can't talk about the client. I promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then?
I think I might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel?
What do you mean?
I saw it, or I think I saw it, when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So where'd you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew. That person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not so sure what this devil she saw was. But it's
Christoph
pretty clear
is
that Christoph
committed.
Gavin has her charmed.
Christoph is committing major crimes today.
All of the crimes. Every single crime, all at
This
once.
reads like a Bible parable.
Does it?
This is some bullshit.
I was offered a gift and I saw the devil.
I was already uncomfortable playing Christoph, and now even more uncomfortable, goddammit.
Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now.
What's up, Drew?
I am sorry for what happened.
If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramery.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes, they're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. Promise. I hope to see you smile then, too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care.
I'm gonna
Thinking back
shoot
on my
that
first
man.
Thinking back on my first encounter with a young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late.
Rip. We did it.
We did it.
What next?
Now, we go to this place.
Oh, great. Valentine.
Time for Lawrence to gear his,
My God.
gear his throat.
Gear his Sonic.
What strange sight doth mine eyes behold?
Excuse me?
Two men on either side of a single transparent pane. If it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fate walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines.
There's been no proof that I forged anything.
No proof I took the light of my dear mentor. Yet these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits. And what, may I ask, awaits you?
A little piano and a cold little hole in the wall.
But since you are here, what shall we discuss?
The shooting of Magnific Grammary, for one. Who pulled that trigger? Valant or his partner, Zach? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. If I'm gonna get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start.
I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent.
Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear, and he never even touched it.
Gory Spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation.
Revealing what?
Zach Grammary killed Magnific. It's as good as a signed confession.
No, it's not. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's certainly been public opinion's take on it.
I grow tired of my cage. And the time my release is near, I must go and prepare.
Planning on jumping back into the magic right away?
As long as an audience waits with bated breath, they'll be valiant, and also,
Yes.
now that my partner has disappeared, Magnific's repertoire is mine. And Grammy has a tradition to uphold.
Is that true?
Seems in this light, the trial was quite good to me, but it's all no. And You can't pay for that kind of publicity.
The suspicion on you hasn't looked at entirely, Volant. After all, you received one of those letters too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifi's instructions as your partner.
I was, but it only that Gramarye followed them. Let's not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot.
I'm more interested in learning something else, actually.
What might that be?
I want to know what Magnifi had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him?
The trick. Up his sleeve? Perhaps you do not know.
Know what?
A great magician never reveals his secrets.
It's like what? It's like what? Horrible.
I didn't think it would be that easy.
The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflective glow of the spotlight.
Let's do this.
What a fancy way of saying stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane, alright?
I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth, and that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder.
Yes, our mentors are always fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales.
And he got his wish, his life was taken.
What weakness to be so powerful as to converse someone into committing murder?
That's Phoenix. That was Phoenix.
Oh right, it's me.
Oh.
What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess, it was a matter of life or death.
Care to explain?
Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier, the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it?
Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof this danger, then show it.
You play with guns, my guy!
Why, that's one of ours.
Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet, one shot.
What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers.
I'm not crying murder, Mr. Volant. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident.
Zack and Valot's quick draw shootem. How long has it been since these shots were last heard?
Was the shoot-'em cancelled because someone might get hurt?
Of course, whatever reason could there be?
Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt.
Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol?
Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage?
The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom you claim we shot.
Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on, and this shows who it was.
But that's...
Zack Gramarye's wife, and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe was her name.
Alakazar! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets?
Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. Troupe Gramarye's performances were very, very popular. So popular they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame.
We were not merely the latest craze, we were an age, a golden age.
It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes?
Ugh.
Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her?
I don't know.
Part of his memory's still locked up.
There is one thing you're failing to address.
And what's that?
As you say, our troop was unworld unto itself. If our leader, Magnifi, was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But, Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail.
Malant's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question.
Found the right address, Mr. Wright.
So close. There has to be something. I doubt Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valen's relationship with Magnifi.
I see in your eyes you still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have?
I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely. With a person. It's gonna take a little knowledge of players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands, and this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem.
What do you mean?
She was Zack Gramarye's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter.
Urgh.
There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was.
It was an accident. Where is pigeons flying to? They're in the prison. Into the lights where they get electrocuted?
Don't worry about it.
There's no proof. Not at all.
But Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together.
Is it free? Ours was a complex family.
You mean Troop Gramarye?
The master, Magnifi Gramarye, his only daughter, and his true disciples.
That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it?
Do not be tempted into floaty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident, but that is all it was. An accident.
Someone fucking died, man.
Zack and Valence, towards the falls. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight towards that beautiful body on stage, and then crash sing pow into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened once the day we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy.
Oh shit.
But as for whose valet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter.
And that led to blackmail, I take it.
It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when curtain falls.
Why did Magnifi Gramarye try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died.
All I can say is, it was a dreadful time for Troop Gramarye. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valance. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all, yet. Even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not.
What do you mean?
In time, we, myself and Zack, found we can no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform with his art for his benefit.
I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter.
But do you not find cowardice in his actions?
Huh?
To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing. But then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads?
Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Gramarye, that's for sure. Does Trucy know?
She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life?
True.
I had no thought of that accident for a very long time.
I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot.
Not to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think.
True.
After that accident, there was one who came to sniffing quite persistently.
A reporter?
He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room doing his research.
Would you happen to remember his name?
What was his name? Sorry, I've forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not.
I see.
His name, I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often.
I see. Thanks for your help.
It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds.
I'm sorry. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Gramarye, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. Though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile, and the sickly sweet smell of mint, and the last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Gramarye to this world. Sooner or later, I have to track him down.
Oh god. He's that important?
Apparently.
Why is he this important?
Well, we no longer have to go back to the past.
Yep.
Let's go deal
Rouge
with it.
Studio.
Present day. Let's have fun.
Eh? Well, what do we have here?
Remember me?
Remember me?
Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar. End quote.
Can I ask what you're doing here? If Mr. Mission was poisoned and his daughter's...
Oh yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he tracked down case just a little quicker. End quote.
Were you on the trail of this case the whole time?
Zack Gramarye was a good friend.
Zack said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club.
After you punched your ass.
What a character, what a man! If a little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges.
Do you think I could ask you a few questions?
Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not other way around. End quote.
Yes. See? Yes.
Fine, shoot, I don't care. Or Choice Awards. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately.
It was tragic what happened to Drew Mission and his daughter.
Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you?
Yes, a forged diary page.
The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Mission I hadn't known.
What's that?
You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day. For 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes. End quote.
What? Being watched. You mean he felt guilty?
No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation off back of neck. Freaks out. End quote.
Because you felt guilty?
Why would I feel guilty?
You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all
You
means.
feel guilty for brushing your teeth too much. The poor bacteria.
Drew Mission felt like he was being watched, and you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves?
Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago.
Oh god.
But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched. End quote. Don't you wonder why Zack Gramarye got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from the courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one. Not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made.
And then he dies.
Starting to put the pieces together, are we?
And you were being
Aliens,
watched
man,
this whole time.
aliens.
Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too.
Me?
I met Zack through that case, actually.
You mean the shooting of Magnifi Gramarye?
No, before that. It's not widely known.
You mean the accident? During the quick draw shooting practice.
My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy. All for me.
Damn.
I don't think this guy's getting any women anytime soon.
No, he said he wanted it all, but not anymore.
I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now.
Valiant Gramarye did mention one particularly nosy reporter.
In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi Gramarye at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it?
Really?
Then Thalassa disappeared, quite suddenly at that. And Magnifi wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah! My evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy. End quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see?
Zack Gramarye.
Something strange was in the air over at Troop Gramarye in those days. The whole screwy, mentoring, controlling disciples seemed started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me, off the record.
Sorry, I don't know.
Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zack. Sure, he punched me once or twice, 5 times. But over time, he came to see me as his confidant.
I bet you deserved every single one of those punches.
No, I didn't. He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh?
Waiting?
For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifi miracle. Of course, it was all a dream.
Because of this. The performance rights.
In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zack and Volant?
So Volant waited until Zack died. Legally, at least.
The time finally comes, and Volant's like a kid on Christmas morning.
He's getting ready for his show at Sunshine Coliseum, you know?
If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valant Gramarye. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love, too.
Love?
It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples, and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle.
That is pretty classic.
When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing.
And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording very briefly.
Why?
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Water is very important when you're voice acting.
And you are doing most of it.
I'm
Remember, you're adult right now.
Yeah.
Make sure to remember.
Mr. Brushel, do you know this person?
Do I know that person? Of course! I was friends with Zack, after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually.
A week?
But still, I never forget his wife.
I feel like I shouldn't say that.
Thalassa Gramarye. Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her?
Well, why the heck not?
Fuck it. That's not. That may not be
I
my
guess it's a
information
bit of
to
an
have.
old scoop, so it's not something anything recent for him to work on.
So, Thalassa married Zack and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually.
You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before.
Not quite. Her late husband was a performer, too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They only been married 1 year.
I didn't know.
But she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know.
Okay. Why?
Yeah, why?
No, I know Trucy she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all.
What do you mean?
Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy. End quote.
What? But Trucy said she was an only child.
Yes. This one she had with her previous husband.
Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance.
Yup. They had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now.
Meanwhile,
Thalassa had another child. Do you think I could borrow that photo?
Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know.
Do you need to do the business as well?
I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget.
People and events all get tangled together and get biggerer and biggerer.
Biggerer.
Don't ya think?
I was too busy wondering about Biggerer to listen to what the hell you were saying.
Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think.
Maybe so. But still, I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I have find to those who come next.
Next, you say?
I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore.
Magnifi.
Hmm?
I was just wondering what Magnifi would think of all this.
Not much, he's dead.
Well, what do you mean?
Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power.
You mean how I can't lie to Trucy?
It was the same with Magnifi. And with his daughter, Thalassa.
It's a strange thing. You think it's some Gremory gene?
Magnifi told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Gremory's eyes. Not that good.
I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Gremory secret was?
Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone.
Zack Gremory. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Gremory fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Gremory's power.
Phoenix, can I have that photo back now?
No.
Okay.
I really need to use it.
A power which passed from Magnifi Gremory to Thalassa, to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together.
Back to the bowl. Back to the bowl. Ah, look who it is! It's the little beach boy!
I'm gonna break you.
Oh, the only thing you're gonna be breaking is your back when you even try to move before me.
I have to know more about this power of Trucy. It's like she can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine.
And after you were done having your mind blown, you took it to play cards.
Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say.
Yet I myself has no such power.
But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother. Thalassa Gremory?
I will not speak of that.
Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her.
Take that.
The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valant Gremory's bullets.
It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa?
I'm sure Valant would say the exact same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention.
Damn you! Damn you, Phoenix Wright. Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that I felt, like an embrace. She is dead, and Magnifi Gremory has joined her.
So the only one with her power left now is Trucy. Mr. Zack?
I do not know.
I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power.
Ha! Ha! Why, how would I know?
My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There's someone else with that power, and I know who.
Hello.
Nani?
This boy.
His name is... I forget. Something weird.
Fuck you.
Who could he be?
An attorney.
Attorney.
I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices.
So what do you mean to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all your life.
Oh,
That's,
buddy.
that's
buddy.
I
amazing.
get what you're doing your time, Phoenix, right? But could you at least say something like, I'm this boy. I could use a laugh.
Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring.
A ring.
Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I just so happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second.
How did you know this?
This is actually impossible knowledge, mind you. It's one of the cracks in the Mason system. This is actually impossible knowledge because he only learns this after speaking to Brushel, who he only meets here.
Crazy. Anyways.
So it's impossible for him to be having this conversation because he did not know this information beforehand. Their first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes?
He was a performer. They met when he joined us Grammys as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then?
I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help but notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out.
They are Remry family M.
This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture.
What? So, that's why.
Why what, Mr. Zack?
I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet.
I bet I know where that other one went.
She gave it to this boy, her son.
Nani?
Trucy and Apollo are half-siblings.
That's siblings.
So yes, every time I made a shipping joke, yeah, don't do that.
I don't think we ever have, actually.
We have not.
I think I may have made it once as a slight joke, but I don't remember if I did it properly or not.
We're clean. We're good.
We're hopefully clean. This strange foul, I myself do not know where it comes. Yet the fact that it dashed down the Grammary line, it runs in their vein.
What is it?
I asked her, Thalassa, once. This is what she told me. A power responds to tension in others.
Tension.
If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, then she would know no matter how hard they try to hide it from her.
So she could see it.
Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects.
Objects? Wait, were they something she wore?
Yes, her bracelets.
I admit, the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. What kind of power could a bracelet have?
I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift.
Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two?
A brother and sister, yes. And the brother too has this power of theirs.
So Trucy is an older brother. I wonder what will come of that.
You're being rude to him constantly. Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I will not see her live life without knowing.
I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. He never does.
No, okay. Technically, at the end of the final game, they kind of consider it, I think, but that's.
He ends up not doing so.
And I mean,
And there's never been a game after that one for a while.
I mean, they're making a bunch of
There's only
remakes.
one
Maybe they're
period,
working
yeah.
on one?
I think they're working on
know.
one, but yeah, it's possible they might tell him in that situation, but I think it's just because they don't need to.
Yeah.
I am once again in your debt.
No kidding. What I want to know is how this all got to be so messed up.
The bracelets. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body.
So they're temperature sensitive or something.
Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist.
And this has something to do with the power.
What have I told you? The Gramarye power reacts to tension in others. When a Gramarye senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minor contractions of the muscles. So minute, they cannot sense it on their own.
Their muscles. Oh, so that's what the bracelets. So that's what the bracelets are for.
With the bracelet on, one can sense these contractions, because the bracelet is always the perfect fit.
So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist.
Precisely, I'd hate that, because I hate things on my wrist.
But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading.
I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a question of eyesight.
Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough.
The eyesight. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision?
Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right?
No, it's a product from Microsoft where you move your body, but you don't need a remote. It was meant to stick up to the Wii U and the Wii, but it was actually kind of shit, so who gives a crap?
I've heard of it before, and they say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus.
He can see faster, Phoenix Wright, like the Flash, you know? He can see faster. And it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. I can even see what's behind your hat.
Oh.
The faintest twitch of their face, and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of the crowd before one may distract it.
Okay.
So basically, what you're saying is,
What's
the
the mouse?
Gramarye's... What? Oh.
Let's say something
I was like, okay, this you're spitting some facts.
else.
What you're saying is, the Gramarye's can see really well.
They can see faster, Phoenix Wright. They see faster. For them, seeing is more than believing, it is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus.
Things are starting to come into focus for me, too.
Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. What if someone could tell you when to focus?
Or something.
Precisely.
Wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets.
You're talking about poker, yes? Telling her when to focus is so elementary, she probably doesn't know thinking. And now Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of the Gramarye. Where's the second bracelet then? We have to stick that one out. Also, we have...
He still, Thalassa still has that bracelet.
Welcome back, Iffy.
Yeah, Iffy's back.
Context. We spoke to Valance, found out that Thalassa was Zack's wife. They killed his wife. And Magnifi was like, you know what? You kill my daughter, I'm going to hold it over your heads and blackmail you a bunch.
And Valance really butthurt about it.
And also, yeah, there was a love triangle according to Mr. Thing, yeah. There was a bunch of shit.
Thank you, Mr. Zack.
If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he won't be able to use it before long. Thereby awakening his power.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall you play a game?
Ah, I said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night.
That night?
Tonight my mentor, Magnifi Gramarye, passed from this world to the next.
Yeah.
There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifi's test.
A test.
In his last years, Magnifi Gramarye worked to the bone. No, to the pain.
Now, Princess Bride reference?
I don't know what that is, but okay.
I'll tell you
That's
later.
nice.
You fucking know what that is.
I'll tell you later, but it's a good reference. I like
But
it.
But that night I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Very good. I give my heart to you, Zack. What? It is satisfying my along with my soul. You shot well tonight, Zack. Or I would not have minded dying by your hand. How can I suit you? You're my mentor. Oh, I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Valant his chance. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Valant were to shoot me in the head, then I, to the docks, would go, and my aunt with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Yet this ending too gives me no cause for regrets. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I have done much that was wrong in my day.
Seems to me that Magnifi wanted you to be a successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valance. What's up?
Magnifi.
Magnifi.
I mean, we did say I was supposed to do Magnifi because it had Iffy in it.
Oh, I read it's got L on the sheet, which is why I took it. Sorry. And also, you said you also relieved you weren't doing voices today.
And that was way before that.
Yeah.
Ow. Perhaps, but it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valant up to these days?
Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him.
Sucks to suck. So you suck to suck.
It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know.
What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame on our mental's death on him?
The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valant had helped you pull it off.
But that's madness! Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform.
Hmm?
Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated?
Yes.
You
Iffy?
made it that complicated.
I mean, everyone's life
I
is
do not know what you're
complicated.
talking about. Even though I'm dead.
Yes.
That night, Zack Gremory was killed. He died as Shoddy Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past.
My name was Shadi.
But he left one thing behind before he parted. This.
Ligma.
To whom it may
To whom it
concern...
7 years passed. I, Zack Gremory, murdered my mentor, Magnifi Gremory. I apologize for the trouble caused by my sudden departure from Mark Culverts, and hereby confess to my crime, Zack Gremory.
Oh, he's admitting to murder. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valant Gremory. Very well.
What
Alright.
Colosseum? Old
Back-
Valant.
Back to
Is there
Valance.
anyone for me to voice?
Sorry?
Is there even anyone for me to voice in this session?
The ones that you could have voiced have gone past.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that means I could just leave, can I?
I mean, you can if you really want to.
Maybe.
But you can also just commentate if you really want.
You don't make funny jokes.
Yeah.
Alright, here's Captain Pepto Bismol staying again.
Well, this is a blast from the distant past.
Long time no see, Mr. Valant.
7 years has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. What's that, Effie?
It's like, I haven't seen you in 7 years. Not that I want to see you in 7 years. Get the fuck out of my face.
Honestly, I fucking hate your ass.
Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you.
I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say.
I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions, but then I realized I needed to hear it from you.
Tell me your 3 sizes, Valet Gremory.
No. I have walked difficult road these past 7 years.
Because you couldn't perform Magnifi's repertoire?
Do not be deceived. Valant's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way.
Zack Gremory?
His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought.
Zach Gremory murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you?
I remember it as it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it. In the end,
That was a week ago.
for a while, he vanished. The visions upon my own person never did. His partner vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of the press said.
I had no idea.
Yet that very same press comes now to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magician show in history as if it were a vaudevillian distraction.
A vaudevillian distraction. It's a
That's
vaudevillian. It's weird.
I don't know. And here I must stand, smiling at them. What ally is not a player in some fiendish farce?
Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnifi's death is Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is why I came here to get the answer from you.
It's fine. I killed him. There can only be one Iffy in this universe.
I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later.
Audit
Oh,
has
shit,
no
all
business standing
mechanics.
upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight.
That sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago.
We also broke him. We also Cyclops broke him like a year ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Again, he's
Using
like,
evidence-
stay in your own
He,
lane.
he starts at that line as well every single time.
I just want to make a drinking game after every time you say 7 years ago.
Like just like how just like the night before the show.
And you know, that was funny. This one's just fucking sad. Let it go, man. It was 7 fucking years ago, bro.
Let it go. That's what you
Alright.
win. You'll get nothing
First,
from me.
but I killed McAfee anyways.
I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now.
That
I
was
have-
a confession, but in reality, well, we'll find out what happened.
I have to know what happened.
The 7 long years I have endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my golden age. All the miracles of our truth within my grasp.
Sorry to do this, Volant, but right now I need answers.
Starvalant.
I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up.
Oh, Phoenix.
Alert.
Whoa.
Volant, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this.
Someone evacuate.
I'm not my Daxby. See, there's the Grammary seal.
I should have brought this to your attention sooner, but I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast.
What is this?
A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifi's miracles.
What? Zach Grammary, he wrote this. What? He passed everything to his daughter.
Trucy Enigmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days.
Preposterous. Zach is gone. Vanished into the void.
This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this.
Ugh. Ah!
Alright, how's it going? I'm Steve the Rabbit.
He's only got one rabbit this time.
Yeah.
Why
other-
does fate toy with me so?
The
Why
other one
must my
didn't
life be
last
lived
7
in
years.
woe to the dead?
Is that it?
I made a joke, and then someone else said other things. I
Yeah,
I
literally
should've-
just made the rabbit say, "Hi, I'm Steve the Rabbit."
Oh, hi, I'm Steve.
You're not.
And then Lawrence
Well-
said he only had one rabbit. I said the other rabbit didn't last the 7 years.
He let it go, so it was like, "Fuck this shit about."
Oh no.
You're not the only
Oh,
one with
God.
that problem.
I'm sorry, but bang, bang, bang went the farmer's gun. But he shot Magnifi! He shot Iffy! How dare he? Yes, it was Zach! It was!
Bitch, I'm from the hood. You come up to me, I'll fucking stab you.
And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness.
Did you think there might-
magician?
Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say if you could prove Zach Grammary shot Magnifi? Was that why you testified?
Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out.
Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Volant. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifi Grammary?
It was me.
I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Grammary wrote one more thing before passing on,
But this is a confession.
in which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Grammary. See? All according to your plan.
According to
I am a
Jake.
magician by trade. Deception's my life's work. I fooled the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing the deceptions I have wrought upon myself.
Zack wrote this right in front of me, after I explained your situation to him.
Alakazoo, my god!
I'm
Also,
Steve Rabbit. I miss my wife.
He's also missing one pigeon.
Damn, I
The
guess
pigeon's also missing his wife.
Jesus.
No, the pigeon's going to see his wife.
I'm Steve. My wife left me for the other pigeon.
My name's Pigeon. My wife left me for the other rabbit.
Fuck this.
You do know that this confession is nothing but lies.
Yes, it's my opinion that Zack Gremory killed no one.
You must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination.
Like,
Who
in
receives
7
instructions,
years,
though?
he lost a rabbit and a bird because he was like really backed by money when McAfee was alive, but now he's low budget, so he only has
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The McAfee trade secret is, if you want to use 2 rabbits and 2 ducks, you need to have these rights. Otherwise, you can use 1. Sorry. 2 receives instructions to kill, but if 1 is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
So he managed to protect me, his partner. Ah! A disturbing tale, just true.
Did you shoot Magnifique Gremory in the forehead?
If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will, there is nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor's Magnifie's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed a hold.
So Volant Gremory did kill the great Magnifi.
So sorry, Mr. Wright, but it was not I who shot my mentor.
What? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there?
Another disciple, such as?
I don't know, Knack and Talent Gremory, maybe?
Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Vant received those friendly letters. But there was another. One more person that could have fired the pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now.
If it wasn't Zack or Volant who shot Magnifique, then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait,
Doctor.
you don't mean...
Yes, the great Magnifique Gremory himself.
Only if he can
He
kill if.
committed. Yeah, there can only be one. I killed him.
So Magnifique
Case
Gremory
closed.
committed suicide?
Icky Gremory. You find it hard to believe.
To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility.
So I arrived that night. The old man was still alive.
Are we allowed to say that word on YouTube?
What?
The Sudoku word.
I mean, this... To be fair,
Not monetized.
there's a strong rejection to the word kill, and people say unalive for stupid reasons, so...
I mean, this is a murder mystery game. It'd be kind of weird if you say kill.
Yeah.
we're not monetized anyway. It won't matter.
I don't know. I know there's like a filter thing on YouTube that like monitors shit, so I don't know if it'll get through a filter, but I don't know. I don't know if that's for monetized or not.
It needs to worry about it.
Yeah, I just don't want to watch these that much.
He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. When I turned and made to leave the room,
He literally said, fuck it, I'll do it myself.
the old man called out to me.
So you spoke with Magnifique Gremory.
I have a question.
What's up?
Is this like sideburns attached to his lip, or are they going right up his nose?
It looked like going into his nose.
His sideburns and his mustache are connected.
Oh, so it's the mustache, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is why I knew what Hachi had done. Magnifique transferred the rights to his repertoire, to my partner, Zack Gremory, not me.
I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it.
You owe me no apology.
Huh?
My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder.
What? You're crying? Is Volant Gremory confessing to something to me? What could be more serious than murder?
Love.
You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood McAfee's plan.
You wanted to die by one of your hands.
Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart.
The demon.
Let me confess, I had intended to shoot McAfee. And I planned on throwing my partner for the crime.
What?
That night, I prepared something before going to McAfee's hospital room.
Which was...
IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. Exactly not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to replace the murder on his... That was my plan.
But you didn't shoot him.
I could not. The demon in my heart fled the moment when the moment came. But then McAfee pulled me back. Right, do you want to do it or shall I keep doing it?
I don't mind.
Go for it.
I'm so sorry about it. I'm giving my magic to Zack, not you. Because Zack was cool and put his name in the Goblet of Fire. You fucking did it. You still lack the draw he has.
I can't
He makes
believe
the
he didn't
sucker
put his name in the
free
Goblet of
timelines.
Fire.
Please help him if you can.
Did you put your name in the goblet?
Yeah, you didn't put your name in the goddamn Goblet of Fire, Valley. You fucking suck.
Magnifi said calmly.
I left the room. And then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot.
Magnifi Grammary. Killing himself.
Dead. The demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe and IV liquid I brought.
So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnifi died, and you framed Zack for his murder.
As planned indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed, truly?
That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but
Yes.
I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valant. Thank you.
What
It
are
is
the
I who
statutes
should be thanking
limitations?
you.
What's up?
What's the timestamp for this limitation thing on a crime?
It's...
Back in the old days, it was 15 years. Nowadays, it's like...
That's for murder, though, and he didn't murder him.
Yeah. Nowadays, like... I mean, didn't it change anyways? Because, like, now trials are, like...
Yes,
shorter.
everything has to be done in 3 days. 3 trial days, mind you.
And that's basically the statute of limitations, I guess, these days.
On anything.
It's the right. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision.
You're going to turn yourself in?
My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. So as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts.
I understand.
I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Grammary was alive.
Well, not anymore.
And now it occurs to me. What if he was not the only one who survived?
What do you mean?
You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body.
Her?
The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come and I again meet my partner, Zack Grammary. Again, I should apologize for my terrible mistake. I am glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you.
Zack Grammary, Shoddy Smith. Whichever name you prefer, he is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver. And
Call him fucking dead as far as I care.
And the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good.
I will vanquish the darkness!
And it would involve paying that man a visit.
I was going for Simon Belmont.
I'm talking to him.
Um,
Calm the fuck down, Xeno. You're in the wrong fucking game.
Keyblade.
I finally learned why it's called the Keyblade, and I fucking hate it.
Alex, you haven't voiced in a while.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, it could be either or. I'll do it.
Okay. Johnny
I
Garbo.
was gonna offer it to Alex because
Alex, do
isn't talking about.
Okay.
That's good.
Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied.
He's taking a shit. I see. Do you know when he'll be finished?
Well.
Could you
taking
go
a
find
huge
out?
one. No. Don't make me go in there.
We
Certainly,
had
sir.
burritos for lunch today at the cafeteria.
Please wait
for the
here a
night.
moment. Where's the fucking bathroom?
My apologies to the guard, but there's something I need to see.
But that's it.
You let him have a fucking violin in here? What the fuck?
There it
There's a lot of
is.
shit in here.
The yellow envelope.
There's a bird in here. There's a
And the
cage inside a cage.
sender is Drew Misham. I was right.
Oh, this could be a fee.
Yep.
Yeah, no, someone take this, because my throat's kind of
Off
See,
to
that- I was
Alex.
like voicing anyways.
Okay. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene.
This is like modern time right now.
If this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. Let's see if this atropine spray finds anything.
Atrocodine.
gameplay. Oh, shit.
Gameplay.
So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was the step, all right, no mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. The interview request came like you said it would, and they're looking into the case. I swear on my life I won't tell them about you, so please release the spell that you've put on my daughter. I'll write later with a report. Gotcha. Finally, decisive evidence.
What's this? A burglar in jail?
Gavin.
I didn't know you moonlighted at larceny, right?
Gavin, there's something I have to ask you.
Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss.
Vera Misham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin?
There are no known survivors of atrocine poisoning. It just never hurts to hope.
Okay, I'll be leaving now then.
Right. Wait.
Yeah, Gavin?
Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private.
Oh, sorry, forgot I had it.
Many thanks.
So...
Whoops.
Titties.
Oh, its camera's in his hat.
What the fuck?
I was just about to ask, is this old Phoenix Wright or hippie Phoenix Wright?
It was future, right?
You've now
Yeah,
seen
it was
all the
simple.
clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now it is time. Every story has an ending. You've come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can.
We already kind of fucking found it, mate.
Okay, Mr. Wright.
Mr. White. Find it.
Mr. Roy.
Alright, back to trial.
We're at the home stretch. Are we at the home stretch? We're at the home
Yeah,
stretch.
it's pretty much the
Wait,
final part.
Are we done yet? Are we there yet?
are we there?
Welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant, Vera Misham, innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are open. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin?
No.
No.
I came here because they promised chicken nuggies, and I see no chicken or nuggies.
I think this is Alex.
Is this Apollo?
Yeah.
Guess
Oh.
so. It's only time to be rising surfacing.
Thanks. You got it.
Get ready.
Something's rising, all right, and it's not Shield Hero.
Something important. Lost long ago. It's close now. So close.
You can almost taste it.
Almost taste it.
Back to the courtroom number 3. Here's the judge and slap his knee. It was Rob doing this, right?
I suppose so.
Because
Court
you're
is now
the
in
judge.
session for the trial of Veromission.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecutor is ready to rock, sir.
Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant Veromission's condition?
Oh, she dead.
The fuck should I know? She had Petrocan implant, and according to her physician, she could die at any time. Thus, her absence from the courtroom today.
What? What I'm trying about her being here?
It is unusual.
They should wait for her to get better and do it. It's so bureaucratic of them.
That's being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial any longer, or they risk having no one left to try.
The Fairwater verdict can only cause grief. Records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologize to the defendant, but the show must go on. Calm down,
Right.
Look at Dennis.
If Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen.
Are you a Dr. Apollo?
I had something, but I couldn't think of it. So, Mr. Wright told me anything that could have been that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. He forced me into a long gameplay section of it. I'm gonna get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time.
He's really motivated. He's still trying to find out her star sign.
Very well, your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin.
The prosecution's case is unchanged by the recent events, sir. Why did Vera Bishop succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she's done. Don't fucking inject in my face, little shit.
Well, Vera was poisoned with atrocanine. The exact same poison that took her father's life.
What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she should have had access to the poison.
Yo, Cusco?
Yes, sorry, my hands are like water. Significant since it's rather hard to come by.
That is true.
In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict.
What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer.
If that's so, then you have to prove something.
Prove you're a bitch.
She was in court, giving her testimony before us. Bonk. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mysterious killer was.
The prosecution's objection is sustained. I ask the defense to prove its claims to this court. Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned.
I've got two things to prove here. Who did it and how. Which to hit first.
You can do how.
When, where, and how.
How did the killer poison Vera Misham? I will focus first on the method used.
Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin?
Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defendant's body.
I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Misham?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. What method was used to poison Vera Misham? What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle. I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
You just
Is that nail polish?
Got a hand, not a handy.
You know that because, hey,
You know?
Hey, yeah.
Oh, Judge!
oh, Judge.
Oh,
Is that
Judge.
what nail polish? No, it's colorless. Ah, shit.
Something the matter?
No, nothing at all. Shut the fuck up and look at me.
So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it.
No.
As
You fucking
Prosecutor
drink nail
Gavin,
polish.
You weirdo. As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is nail polish.
Nail polish.
It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails?
Ah, my wife has red nails. I see, so she's been painting them all this time.
The judge, like, I'm sorry, but it isn't technology or anything. How does he not know what fucking, like, nail polish is?
Don't worry about it.
Let's recall yesterday's trial.
Let's not.
Let's recall it. We're gonna recall it. Remember when she was testifying to the court
Remember
only
the
yesterday?
Remember the jokes, remember the jokes.
Court is now back in session.
Oh shit.
Her seems pretty
Look at
tense.
them.
She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails.
A nail. Ah!
Prosecutor Gavin? When the prosecution of Vera examined, did they check her nails?
Well, fuck.
Bailiff, have them check the defendant's nails at once, Mr. Justice.
Yes.
Do you know who did this? Do you know who put poison in that nail polish?
Yes.
That bottle belongs to Mission?
Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this?
No, not really. Just checking.
I don't know what it's about.
Mr. Justice, you are about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. You realize the weight of this accusation. Let me show you.
Understood, Your Honor. No problem. I know what I'm doing this time.
You see how far my arms are apart? This much. Then let us ask. Who poisoned Vera Mission via her nail polish? It was Christoph Gavin.
It was Chris. Chris Gavin.
What's this? Christoph Gavin?
Objection. What's your game? My bro, there's no way you could do a thing like that.
I know, I've been everybody's been like, what's your game? I'll challenge you at it and beat your ass for this slander. Fight
I will be
Smash, I'll
going
kick your
to
ass.
Yu-Gi-Oh right now, bitch.
You dared slander my brother's name.
You should know that better than anyone else.
Indeed. He is behind bars.
I know. However...
Look, give the man a fucking violin and a fucking bird. He can get anything he wants in jail. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did.
What?
Ask yourselves when he put the poison in the bottle. It could have been yesterday. It could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago. Or perhaps
Maybe it never happened.
it was 7 years ago.
Take a
But
shot, Effie, take a shot.
Christoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable.
Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so.
He's shitting his pants.
That face tells me one thing.
What the
Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all.
Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail as a special witness.
No. Known for some time that impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. The darkness that has swallowed even myself. Keyblade. Okay? Defense wish is granted. Let prisoner Christoph Gavin take the stand, baby.
Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison.
Solitary cell. He has a bird. That doesn't count as solitary. Fuck you.
He's got a bird.
He's got a point. The bird doesn't. Ah, Your Honor, how nice it is to see you again.
Fuck you.
It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact,
Oh god.
sorry.
No, I just love Alex. Like responding to my shit he has. He has a fucking bird.
He's just immediately, fuck you. That just breaks me.
It still seems like Alex could pull Christopher very well if he wasn't Apollo.
Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, I love his judge. Judge is good.
Rob's judge.
No, Alex's.
I don't know.
Judge is, Rob's is good too.
What if the bird in
What's
Christoph
mine then? Is
Gavin's...
mine not good?
I'm not gonna lie, yours and Rob's is kind of the fucking same.
What if the bird in Christoph Gavin's jail room is the other bird from Valence?
No,
Just took the bird.
no, you know what it is? It's the bird from the case one where it's like, don't forget DL6, and except this one is, don't forget the fucking Vera mission or whatever.
Don't forget 7 years ago.
Don't forget 7 years ago.
Or, you know, with the habit of this game, don't forget 3 seconds ago.
Oh, don't forget this one bit. Don't forget this one unrelated thing to this case where it shows off Gavin on the stage. With,
Yeah, don't forget the guitar burning on fire.
Don't forget Zach Grammary has Ligma.
Lick my blood sugar. Anyways.
Anyway, I think you already know Mr. Christoph Gavin.
Ah, Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself.
Why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss?
Step up a lip, Colin. You can do it.
Oh, step up a lip, yeah. Does this bottle look familiar?
Aria don't need nail polish. Why, yes, I use it myself. As the late defendant, I hear.
She's not dead yet.
And was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? I admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish.
Her taste indeed. This nail polish was how Vera Misha was poisoned.
How true, Canine, was it?
You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin.
A little birdie told me.
Even in solitary, much comes to my desk, and I have nothing to do but read.
Oh gosh.
Well, Clavia,
Just shit in his pants.
Yeah.
maybe you can explain this.
No. Being accused again. By him. Again.
Ah, and you agree with his accusation, don't you?
Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christoph Gavin, your testimony, please.
I'd be delighted.
The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of poisoning. You are suspected of the poisoning of the defendant, Vera Misha. Please testify on this matter to the court.
Oh, I suppose I should. Owning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison. The meaning of it should be clear. The prosecution's case holds. She poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father too?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely.
Naturally. For one, I don't even know the missions. Is that so, Mr. Justice?
Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination.
I'm accusing Christoph Gavin, my ex-boss. But I know he poisoned the missions. The question is, when could he have done it? Not to mention, why? He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's also
Oh,
lying.
shit. Bracelet.
Thankfully, we know the tell, so there's only one place where the pose can show.
I guess he's just in his glasses. Oh shit, look at that.
That's an interesting scar he's got on his hand. Oh, whoops.
Oh shit. Oh, why'd you back out?
He's kind of built.
I thought
he
stop would
backed out.
stop the thing.
Yeah, at least he backed out and not
no, he
like.
did, yeah, he did it. Like, the thing was there.
First off, you're making all us glasses pushers look bad.
Not me.
Or cool. I don't know if having a skull appear on your hand when you do it makes it better or not.
I guess that was the devil, I guess he was talking about.
Yeah,
Bro,
look
what
at
kind of fucking circulation does he have for his veins to do that when he flexes his hand? He's gonna fucking die of
When
something,
he
bro.
tenses, yeah.
To be fair, it's a normal hand thing when the thing comes in. It's the fact that the scar is making it look like the devil's face.
It was you who killed Drew Misham.
A bluff where you're mental, me, Mr. Right.
Me. Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said her father, too. Your hand tensed unnaturally, and a little devil appeared to give me the news.
And let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Mission fond of nail polish too?
Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get to someone's mouth.
Ah. Then I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Mission was killed on October 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, I do not know what is.
But you found a way, all the same. And I found it, too. This is how you poison Mr. Misham. I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Misham died, he was seen writing a letter. A trocanine was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin.
Am I to understand this stamp was the murder weapon?
Yes, you are. Oh, and yes. This stamp was found in your prison cell.
Upstart
Bitch.
brat.
That is all, Your Honor.
Right.
Order!
I'll
Poison
take
on
my
the
chicken nuggets.
poison on the back of that stamp.
After Drew Mission was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright.
If you said it, that didn't come through.
Me. Right. Daddy?
That's when he
Daddy
found the
was
stamp.
dead.
And Daddy?
You made Drew Bishop write you a letter. That's how you killed him.
Nanny? The fuck? What?
My. You've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you need to do is recall and witness Spark Brushel's testimony.
Is it me again?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something.
He looks fucking way better in the flashback, like, color scheme than he does in normal. Looks fucking gross normally. He just looks like a fucking nerd flashback.
His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp. A so-called postage stamp, end quote.
He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp.
What are you getting at?
What I'm arriving at is that this commemorative stamp.
Where are you
Isn't it
getting
free?
off? Everywhere.
It was a mere coincidence that he used it that night.
That would seem to be the case.
Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence.
Hmm.
He does have a point. How would this witness know the victim was going to use that stamp? Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder.
What?
It's not rocket science.
Man.
Clavio. You should be seeing through these weak-spined bluffs by now.
He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Mission would have used that stamp that night? Least of all, Christoph Gavin locked away in his cell.
Well, seems the defense has run out of things to say.
You should had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called.
Iffy.
Alright, shit. Alright. Defense is bluff. Not sure I agree with you there, Christoph.
Clavio?
Honestly, I wanted to believe you. The defense is trying to get away with bluff. Wasn't trying to go. You were, Christoph.
Well, what are you saying, Prosecutor Gavin?
Air forehead? What was your accusation again?
Huh? Oh, it was that.
This poison stamp killed Drew Mishamdra. To which Rambo responded thusly. There was no way to know when Misham would use the stamp.
When?
Well, yes, that's right, which was why it couldn't have been planned.
Tell me, it needs to be planned? Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The offense's case is simply the Dream Mission died by that stamp, that's all.
Coincidence?
Kristoff, you tried to slip out from under his accusation for changing the subject. That's not bluffing, what is?
What are you up to, Clavia?
You ask you the same question, Kristoff.
I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency.
But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony.
Very well, I shall take this claim head on then. Justice?
What?
You accuse me of Drew Mission's murder, yes? That's not very wise. Then allow me to ask you, what possible reason could I have to kill a painter? Apollo, motive! He's talking about motive. Did you know he's talking about motive? You know, motive?
Indeed. It's hard to see how an Antoni could come to want to kill a painter.
Now here's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose.
Me.
It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some evidence to prove a motive.
Plenty. Motive for murder. This is vital, if not the most vital element in this case. Please consider this when making your statement.
It's about this wide. See, my arms, it's this long.
That's
Like
pretty vital.
Well, Mr. Justice.
Pretty vital. I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to present evidence.
Then let's see what you have for us. What reason did Kristoff Gavin have for wanting to murder Drew Mission?
Like that. Kristoff Gavin's motive becomes clear when we consider why the stamp came to Drew Misham's studio in the first place.
And why was that?
Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years. Drew Misham accepts his first job creating forged evidence.
I've seen that before. A page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnifique Grammary's diary.
That's me.
Oh, when Bernie Venus Wright lost his badge, yes? This was the evidence he presented. To his loss.
This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven.
Objection. The defense attorney on that case is Phoenix Wright. Who, other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it? Why would they?
Just out of curiosity, do you remember this letter?
We just got a letter.
This is the first page. And this is the second page.
And this.
Those were presented in court
Your mom
yesterday.
went to bed last night.
The letter was sent to Drew Mission by the client who requested that forgery.
The
This
enclosed
is your
stamp
brain on drugs.
The enclosed stamp was none other than the poison commemorative stamp. Drew Misham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old.
7 years old.
The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery,
To keep them from talking.
but he made a mistake. Oh, good.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much.
What?
Don't worry about it.
The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years.
There, forehead. Do you understand what you're telling us? The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two schemes together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham was none other than Phoenix Wright.
Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down.
Oh? How will it go down?
I checked through the records on that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began.
What?
What's this?
I don't know. I just got over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit, spiky hair.
And one more thing.
And one more thing. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday.
I understand I'm asking the impossible of you.
Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery.
Day before?
Now here's a question. Just who was Shadi Enigmar's previous defense attorney?
Fuck. No. This can't all be.
But it is all true. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Christoph Gavin!
Order! 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 What is the meaning of this? Witness! I mean, defendant! I mean, former lawyer!
Let me begin by denying this.
Oh, hell no, it's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin.
And impossible to prove you can't.
Hmm,
Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly do you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim?
That won't be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield.
Objection. Your forehead? Are you sure you don't have evidence?
hmm?
Oh my gosh, get a Gavin! He looks cloudy.
Evidence. Evidence to show this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago.
Flavia?
Just prove it!
Prove it, prove it.
I don't have these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this fucking case.
That means I win. Thanks for clearing his doubts. We win, guys. That's what we're gonna do. Because if he leaves, we win.
Would you
So
lie?
don't prove anything. We win. It's fine.
He must have brought us some evidence, Apollo.
Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness.
Okay, Xehanort.
I have to pull that darkness out of him. And proof is the only way I can.
Do we have to play the Kingdom Hearts drinking game today?
What proves Christoph Gavin's link to Drew Mitchell?
Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested a forgery of Drew Misham 7 years ago. Prove it.
It can be proven.
Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not.
Objection. Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice?
I am.
And I said we give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe.
Very well, but if you're wrong about this, be prepared for a penalty.
Objection. Wait, that's it.
Your Honor, you do defense an injustice. Mr.
Tell the
Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Should the penalty not match his passion?
Holy fuck. I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice?
Fine, Your Honor. All I have to prove is any kind of link. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to Drew Mitchell. And I have something that clearly does the job.
Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew Misham.
Yeah, I'll find that missing link, Judge.
Isn't the yellow letter?
It's this one, yeah.
This evidence proves there's a link.
That scrap of paper? I'm afraid I can't let you submit that.
Is there some problem?
There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't.
Hmm?
That's Daddy's handwriting.
Mr. Wright's handwriting, what is the meaning of this?
Ah, I see now. Yes, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there.
Phoenix Wright? Yes, attorney.
When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail.
Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell?
No. However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit.
Well, if it is a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible.
This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter.
Reproduction?
When Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera.
What?
His face.
He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin, and the contents of your personal mail.
Huh. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will not be accepted by the court. The evidence is based on the video of a man with no authority whatever claims he took. A man who so happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery.
What's to Gavin?
Prosecutor Gavin?
As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at this moment. Your Honor, your decision, please.
The defense's claim is denied.
What?
Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record.
Better luck next time, Justice.
This
Dang.
is bullshit.
Well, we've certainly taken a detail from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point.
Do something!
I'm thinking, but without evidence. I don't have anything I can use on him.
Very well, this ends the special witness's cross-examination.
Next.
Come save us, Overseer.
Show's over, you get the crowd screams for more. Plain now to understand why.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Frankly, I'm relieved. It's been bothering me for 7 whole years. And I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Crystal?
Flavia, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret.
I believe my tits are calm enough. Spinning out of whose control? Mine or yours?
Take a moment to consider everything you built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavia.
Polio, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin!
Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember what's really important to you.
You amuse me here, forehead. I could forget what's really important to me, even if I tried. In fact, I haven't. I haven't once. 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Really fucking die of alcohol poisoning right now. Finally. Just couldn't resist, could you? Yeah, right.
Resist what? Presenting solid evidence?
My request to put the current cross-examination on hold. Prosecutors would like to call a new witness.
Hello.
State your name and occupation for the record.
I'm familiar with the trial. I've watched the video several times.
Didn't you find anything unnatural about it?
Unnatural?
Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence. And the next moment you call in Drew Misham. It was almost as if...
Almost as if what?
Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. almost as if, from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence.
Oh,
Correctamundo.
Hmm.
And that I've applied usual pressure. Things I would eventually come up with the forged diary page.
Don't do this, Claudia.
Bitch, don't tell me what to do. I knew because of you told me, Kristoff.
What? What?
It was the night before the show, trial.
Claudia?
Kristoff, I'd seen you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. Show.
I would be appearing in the trial, actually.
Huh? Why not?
I won't be facing off you with you on your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I bought information.
Information?
Titania will be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen. I want you to call in a special witness. Dan.
I wondered about it at the time. How did Kristoff know so much?
Prosecutor Gavin.
Kristoff? We were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, Berta the Buzzer. I deserved that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case.
Belongings?
Which would have included Magnifi's diary, wouldn't it?
Mr. Gavin?
My, Clabby, you disappoint me. You find trees yet miss the forest.
You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin.
You can't sweep under this. You can't sweep under this. You can't sweep this under the rug. Not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial.
Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing.
Apollo?
Oh, God.
I think we're finally going to shine a little light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough.
7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Gramery.
Flashbacks!
2 cards. 1 card.
Yep.
Showdown time.
Lawrence can't say it twice.
Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. His reasons are so many. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I can tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion.
Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete.
Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Kristoff Gavin.
I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me, and with that pitiful excuse for a man, he deserved to die for that error alone.
Oh, God.
Hold it!
Yeah, literally, his entire reason for killing Johnny Smith was because he took Phoenix Wright over him over a game of fucking poker. This man is
No, it's
salty.
fucking sad. He's just salty and butthurt. How dare he pick someone over me? I'm the so fucking slam. Get out of here, Krista. Get out
Apollo,
of
he
here.
pulled the Sugma joke on me, and I couldn't stand it anymore.
So the one who requested that forgery was...
Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these 2 men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gramery both got they deserved.
Get over yourself, man. So you asked Mr. Bishop to forge that evidence. so you could win. But when you were dismissed as Zach Gramarie's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap.
You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him.
You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly.
Oh, incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep.
Rolls you to Gavin?
Perfectly. You're mad, Kristoff. Stop fooling yourself.
What are you talking about, Clavia?
Tell me, how did that trial end?
Cancelled. When the defendant vanished.
I get it. So, Kristoff, you've been living in the fear for 7 years.
What?
You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance. So you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said every day for 7 years. And the camera this big, journalists sure he is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramarie got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me?
Wait just a minute. Zach Gramarye was seen by this reporter. How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years?
Finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Zach Gramarye, gone missing for 7 years. Shushi's father.
Him! Get him! Beat his ass!
Right, leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Kristoff Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler.
I remember him quite well. Shawnee Smith, wasn't it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic.
I'm gonna forget that name.
The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that traveler was Zach Gramarye.
Apollo?
Say that line again, because only Apollo came through.
What is it, Apollo?
Huh?
Keep going! We'll talk about it later!
Oh, did she already know?
Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this?
No,
No.
I'm leaving.
Nope. Well, Judge, you've heard this already by now. It all started 7 years ago.
Take a shot.
The great magician, Magnifi Gramarye's death started it.
If he started it.
Magnifi's Gramarye's death, and his student, Zach Gramarye, the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Kristoff Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence.
Gotcha.
Drew Misham.
Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin?
Precautions?
Yep.
If he's dead, are they?
Yes, I'm dead. This is the first of Clavia's powers to keep people talking, of course. That fucking hurts.
This is...
These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble.
That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers.
Ergoning. Blood to commemorative stamp.
But luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off.
His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp, I see.
But that wasn't the only bomb he set up.
Get Rodney nail polish, of course.
Ariadne.
I don't give a fuck.
You notice something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails.
Ah!
That nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been... Well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house.
That person gave me good luck charm for when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that client, the one who wanted that note made. It was his insurance.
Insurance?
As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside?
If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous. And the nail polish would do the rest.
His time bomb sat there for 7 years. And then they went off almost simultaneously.
Wait a minute.
What?
So you're saying he gave her the nail polish that was poisoned 7 years ago. So you're saying in 7 whole fucking years she was never nervous enough to bite her fucking nails.
It's because she
She's
only wears it when
recluse.
she goes outside.
Yeah, she only wears it when she goes outside.
If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time.
What are you, sedentary?
Weren't you a defense attorney?
Yeah.
Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said?
Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction.
What?
Clavia, surely you understand.
We're back to the evidence, the lacking evidence. But then proves a little link between him and the fucking that took Drew Mission's life.
What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Gramery to keep him from talking.
That is this, and this is now. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you'd like. The victim was a traveller by the name of Shadi Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive.
The lighting on his face changed.
Yes, why stop?
Okay, then why did you kill him?
I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now.
I'm afraid we have strayed considerably far from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is the defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here.
But you were doing so well upon her.
As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent.
Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence.
Objection.
And it's worth dog shit. You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails?
What?
It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you.
What? What?
Evidence is everything. There is nothing more.
I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion.
Your Honor!
Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well.
However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavia?
Unfortunately. Yes, Christoph, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now.
Huh?
What?
Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case of the new judicial system.
That's right! I totally forgotten. The juris system.
Jurist, you say?
The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into law.
Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers?
Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law.
Nonsense! There is only room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riffraff out. Out, I say.
They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera.
I look at the screen.
Yeah, they're looking at the screen.
Like a horror movie.
Clavier is staring at it. He looks so disappointed.
Fucking horror movie.
Is he
Man,
disappointed in us?
Now he's like, man, you guys fucking suck.
Follow who one day?
The bad men are away from us.
How can you allow this?
Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright?
What?
So, everything was leading to this. Of course. Right. 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 Right.
And this is to go even further beyond.
Man on the Explosions was this Michael Bay movie.
Oh,
I
shit.
won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. This is kangaroo court. Law. The law is everything. Law is absolute.
Don't
Let
evil.
ignorant swine soil your court.
Kristoff. It's over, man.
This is the first time I think we see this sprite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Schmeager. The law is absolute. You can't be serious.
Only Sif
What?
deal with absolutes.
Alright, so you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions.
The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge, like a gem, polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. It is always changing, growing, nurturing it is our task as human beings.
Good for you, Kristoff. You're unchanged. You stopped. You're not needed anymore.
Jesus
Shit.
Christ.
I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday, I'll know what law is,
You're not edgy enough yet.
and I'll fight to change it if I have to.
Alright. I know you.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say, I know what Rob's wanting to do, we may not want to do it.
We may not want to do it.
I mean, we already are going quite late, so
Yeah, I
if
know.
you want to do the
I was thinking about it, but I'm probably not going to do it.
I would recommend it, no.
I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Misham, accused of murdering her father. The painter, Drew Misham. However, several other incidents were reviewed, and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. You, the viewer, jurists of the court. For the death of Drew Misham, how do you find the defendant Vera Misham? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter.
And the viewers vote him guilty.
Man, God, it's going fuzzy.
Making this playthrough all for nothing.
Guilty for the walls. Guilty for the walls.
We considered that we don't have that much time.
This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or is there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. And that is all.
Please, wait.
Yes, jurist number 6.
There's something in the jurist's handbook here.
The persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case... I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misha. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely. Judge well.
Innocent.
Right, given that we're not going to press that button,
Yeah, not guilty. Oh, there she is.
first of all, yes, this is Lamoire. Secondly,
Oh, Jesus
Pressing-
Christ.
secondly, if we press this button, what ends up happening is we get a hung jury and Vera dies, which causes the trial to end with a no result.
Doesn't Lamoire being jurist number 6 just make this heavily biased?
No.
No, she's not connected to the case. To
Not
the development
connected,
of the
like-
case.
Not collective development. Right. Yeah, it's not guilty.
But she's involved with literally like
I like
the
the design. Here.
defendant, the guy making the case, the guy in charge of the juror system.
She's
Yeah,
not she's not connected.
Anyways,
Or so you thought.
I like how it's designed though. There it is.
God damn. Phoenix
I'm
is
wrong,
lying. Phoenix really wanted to kill this guy.
This is Apollo, I believe.
And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict under the juror system. Innocent by unanimous decision. We voted once. Is this me or...
You
Just
still
kill
you.
you.
Keep going.
Okay. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gavin laughed.
I don't see the laugh. Oh no.
A laugh louder than any ever heard before or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for
Hall of
1
Justice.
hours.
And the judge fell for the Sugma joke.
Yeah, that's the real reason he was laughing. He just realized that the judge fell for the Ligma joke.
He fell for the oldest brick in the book.
Is this still me? Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misha opened her eyes.
Well, I mean, I do it every day. It's not that special.
God damn. Vera,
Whoa.
I'm so glad.
Is Apollo
Hi.
really hitting on her? Jesus Christ, Apollo's really wants Vera, apparently.
Damn, man.
Why, Apollo? I'm happy too. I'm proud you did well, Apollo. When I found out what you found,
Hey now, don't you start crying too. Sorry you had to see us like this.
Happy.
Vera?
Thank you so much, Apollo. Thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. And made that terrible joke. If I hadn't, you'd never would have bitten your nails.
No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm.
Vera.
When I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world, to see things with your own eyes.
Looks like that poison had some effect after all.
Whoa.
It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life.
I knew you, Paul Farah. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future.
I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you.
No, really, it's okay. Please don't.
I love
Sorry, say that again?
it. Thanks.
Is he that he says it too fast? The first one? What the fuck?
That, me?
What's up, sorry?
Like, a lot of times the first time you say it, you only hear one word. You only
Yeah.
hear one word, then you say it again, and it sounds like... Is it because you say it way too fast? The first one?
No,
Or is
he
it...
says it too high-pitched, which causes his mic to think it's white noise.
You really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so at least.
That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is?
Killed him.
The other lawyer.
Oh, you mean Daddy? said he's not a lawyer anymore.
It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant.
No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
We never see you again.
Brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier.
You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all?
You know, he actually fucking moved them. I think they just stayed here like this entire time. You know, it's like this, exactly the same stacks. Like, what the hell? And also, you know, if I knew my real daddy was alive.
Not for long, apparently.
Huh?
I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom.
You did what? How?
I'm not telling, even though you literally watched the videos. He promised me that day when he went away.
We may not meet again for some time, Trucy, that's never. But know this, I will be watching, and one day, I shall return. You're the next Gremory, after all.
Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he?
He said he'd return. He never said he'd see her again.
Hey, my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano.
That he can't.
Oh, and I got you too. Even your voice is kind of loud sometimes. It fucking rings like ears.
Glad I made your list.
Hey, come to think of it, that is daddy, the one who can't play. Do you know Apollo?
I think he said he had to meet someone.
I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. New mommy.
Oh, Trucy.
Yes, Mama?
I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it?
Oh, he's not united. Yes. Here he goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat.
Objection!
Not loud enough. And I like Miss Magic underwear better anyway.
Oh, Apollo, no!
It's a magic pansies, Apollo.
Phoenix.
So, your memories returned.
Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan, too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lemoire.
Shit.
But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists.
Ah, you're thinking into it too much. Besides, there is no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy.
Of course, it is a happy thing. For so long, I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children. 2 dear children.
And you'll never fucking talk to.
I'm so proud of them. This too, I think, is thanks to you.
Are you gonna tell them?
They do not know?
Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings.
I will go to them when the time is right.
When
Until
they
then,
make a move on
I-
each other and like, you know, you probably want to stop that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't worry, I'll take care of
That's literally
them
the
for you.
plot of Star Wars, bro.
They're
Yeah, it's not Star Wars, yeah.
very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still.
Shut the fuck up.
I have to keep an eye on her, at least. 'Cause I'm
You
the only
fucking
one-
know it to be true.
Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Your bracelet.
Yes?
I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years, but your bracelets were the strangest of all.
There's the guy with the Magatama.
I remember meeting him, half a year ago now, in Christoph Gavin's office.
It's me.
And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine. And I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that.
Such a small thing, that bullet, yet it tore who I was away.
Bang 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 bang
It's
bang.
high noon.
10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal.
10 years ago.
It was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe, my family.
Now my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I am glad to be alive, Mr. Wright.
Good. I'm gonna fix that right real quick.
Speaking of miracles,
Jesus.
Vera Mission regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken. Sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth living for.
Well, I guess all those people who died in the early cases weren't worth living, I guess.
Alex,
And that's pretty much the end of my story now anyways. I still got a long way to go, and this power of mine will need some work. But there's hope now. We've lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Oh. Yeah, I think I'll keep up this lore thing for a while. Oops. Training time. Gotta go. Cords of steel, here comes justice.
And we did it. We beat the
I
game.
don't think there's an ending cutscene.
No,
We
I
beat
don't
the
remember.
game! What the fuck?
Glad you're seeing the agency, Apollo.
No.
It's like I found my long lost big gliss of rubber.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and don't you worry about True Grammary. Trucy's on the case. Now that I have this, thanks, Lady.
Trucy Grammary, frankly, I got my doubts, but Hat Grammary, now that'll pack him in. Wow, Hat, what the fuck?
Damn.
Can I quit lawyering yet?
Oh shit, oh shit. What goes on the table? Are we doing all of these, or are we gonna...
I was trying to try and skip, but I can't.
Photos!
And every day you get to try the rockside and blah, 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 whatever. Kevin's breaking up, yeah, sure. And the news calls to run for station at supermarkets nationwide, yeah. News.
Jesus.
You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session.
I can't believe Clavier is
Captain's
now
around.
just a prosecutor.
The Gavin are over.
There's only one Gavin.
And he's not a nerd.
Over.
Jover. It's all Jover.
It's all Jover now.
It's Jover, bro. Well, it's finally over. You know, thinking about it. I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted and I've got time on my hands, maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam again.
I wonder what he
That's
does.
the whole point of the second of this game afterwards.
Yeah, it's true though. He was a lawyer for 2 years,
Long. Really?
and he was a piano player for 7. Not
Yeah.
2. He starts the game at 24.
Does he play 3 games though?
This is the next one.
Yeah, but they aren't all on different years.
Hey!
So, I was standing around eating snackoos the other day when I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding. The power of science. Order the preservatives might be 100% safe.
The fact that they have a sprite for a golden snacku.
They really
I
put
mean,
in the
they're
effort.
golden, like,
Golden
wrapping.
Tiny, yes.
Golden English.
Golden egg.
Who comes up next? Shit.
In unlikely event you are wanting Russian feast, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than restaurant is borscht. Da, but if greater challenge is being required.
Here we go.
Then come to the hideout. You know who to ask for.
Fake
Got a
Russian
job?
into fake
Oh,
Russian
fuck.
into Lana Hart.
She still has a job.
Apparently.
Please, Mr. Eldoon, be the next photo.
Oh, you know he is. You know he
Manifest.
Don't manifest.
Destiny.
Is. He's coming. He's coming.
Don't
now.
manifest destiny.
Oh, that's
Oh.
from Kentucky.
That's not him.
So, Kentucky Pastries is getting back to its eastern roots. Spread the culture and all. Yo, boss, culture time!
This is how we write root, fish.
But we're still about giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time!
And this is how we write people, alright?
Not that Wonky's paying any attention. Ooh, kids.
Guess he's gonna come up in a
Paying
second.
attention to
Ross.
something else. Wubba dub dub.
Well, I mean, it certainly isn't his wife who's currently in jail.
Tiny Ray.
Tiny
And also
Rick.
probably the bullet in his heart, probably. He's probably paying attention to Oh shit, there he is, Boss Man.
It's alright. Chinese characters on cake was a fly idea like 3,000 years ago, believe that. Man, you want to make it today, you gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker, for real. I know it don't look like no cracker, G. What, you want me to call it the OG muffin?
Yes.
I will write you a
I will
novel.
tear out your lung. That's where that came from. There he is!
Yeah.
I don't know where all this talk about food is coming from. You know, Sasamir's only one food, and that's noodles, baby. Noodles forever. Got no one to see. This time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. I pretend all those noodles is about salt. Salt forever, baby.
Just like
Salt
Clammy
will live on.
just like
At this point, he's
Christopher
gonna have to
in that
rebrand to
And after
Eldun
he
Salt.
killed- and after he was told he was not defending Valant Gramarye, or sorry, Zach Gramarye.
My noodles are now as salty
Oh,
as
God.
Oh shit, I hate him.
My exceptionally inquisitive nature has won me an unequivocal adoration in my department. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stinkler and Wesley Sticky Hands.
Uh-oh.
But no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko, reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I am the cure.
Oh god.
Yeah, you're a sicko, right?
He's a sick, alright. Yes, next.
Don't put his photo there.
Has anyone in the next one? It's Matchy, right?
His hand is like grasping Plum's head.
Yeah, I guess Matchy's next.
Case 3s.
Well, yeah, because not many people left. Unless it counts. Oh no, unless it counts the Doctor. Does the Doctor count?
No.
Oh, like what?
I don't know how to thank you for all you've done.
Whoa.
Light has returned to my life, and with it, joy. I may have lost years, but I've gained a
Milf.
treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song.
I don't know that.
Why would you do that?
What were you guys trying to say, buddies?
That
If
didn't
it's
worry
like-
about it.
If it's just like MILF, and I'm like, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
damn it. Oh,
Yo.
Russell here, back on the beat with another interview. Eh? How do I
Why
feel
did
about
you
how
do-
things turned out? No scoop yet, but journalist confidence in mint condition. End quote.
That's a good slogan.
That's his end photo.
What's he doing in prison?
Clearly he's
Interviewing
interviewing Christoph.
I mean, Clavier? Wait, no, crap, Christoph. I'm already lost. I'm already lost.
I've decided to keep painting. Originals only, of course. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find out what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now.
No good people. They're gone.
I've met them. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you.
Whatever you
Photos.
say, Mirror. I think that's it. Unless Valon.
I don't know who else they would add here.
It'd be balanced, but no, it's not. There you go.
Hey!
That's pretty good.
Apollo looks like a real goofball.
Right, do we get an
Fuck
ending
He always
cutscene?
fucking does.
I don't think there is an ending cutscene to that. Let's find out.
I don't think
We
there
did
is.
it.
Picture.
Yeah,
You've unlocked a
Yeah,
special
that's
bonus
it.
in music and background settings screen.
Music, yeah. Yeah, now we're done here.
Alright, we'll see you guys
We've
next
got
time.
it.
For
In
the X1.
Oh, we won't.
in
But-
Phoenix
oh,
Wright, Ace
God,
Attorney,
no.
Dual Destinies. See
No,
you
we
next
won't.
time.
I have not
No.
even figured out what